The love affair began when you took me for a rainy afternoon stroll. When you babysat me and let me eat all the cookies. When you threw my hat into the wind. After you sent my mother daisies. Because I could hear your tiny voice. When you taught me to drive. When you held me through the night. And I realized that love wears many faces. Hello and welcome. This is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to my new subscribers, and a great big hello to all of my loyal subscribers that have been here through the long haul. I have been asked a lot about my openings. Yes, I film all my openings. That's my film. And I also create all the dialogue and the poetry. Unless it is a poem that is written by somebody else, I always give them credit at the end of the poem. The poem that I read today is called Love Affair, and it is in a book that I wrote several years ago called Read Between My Lines. And it is a book that has about 73 different essays in it. I actually wrote it as a bedside table book so that you can put it beside your bedside table, because it has little essays that are a page or 2 pages long. So it just gives you a little something to read at the end of the day. But that's where this poem came from. It's in this book. As you know, that my life has changed just quite a bit with my husband coming home. He is getting older and needs more care than he used to have. And I have been thinking about my new life and just exactly what I want from my life while I'm going through all of this. And it comes right down to intentional living. What are my core values, and who am I? Who am I? And you can ask yourself the same thing. And a core values and intentional living is someone who really knows their core values and attempts to live according to their values and beliefs. Now, you can have beliefs about many different things, beliefs of how you want to love, how you want to raise your family, your spiritual beliefs. You can have all different kinds of beliefs, and we are unique, so we all have different ones. But I decided to sit down the other day to make a pie chart. The percentages of how much of my time do I want to give to the core values that I have? How much time do I want to spend with my spiritual life? How much time I want to give to my family? How much time do I want to be thinking about my finances? There were about 9 things that I put in my pie chart, and I'll show it to you right up here. But you don't need to make a pie chart unless you want to. You can just make a list and think about the percentages of what core values and what percentages you want to spend on them. The first thing you have to do is really identify what your core values are. And that pie chart will really help you. I mean, I know that I want to live true to myself. I want to be honest with myself. I want to be open. I want to be kind. I want to listen to my inner voice and not be influenced by other voices outside of me, because when I do that, I usually go in the wrong direction, and we've talked about that a lot before. And I know this has happened if people don't have confidence in what you believe then if you don't have that strong core value, you may give up and you may follow whatever they say you should be doing, and you're not going to be happy, and you really are not going to be living an intentional life and true to yourself. And part of this is to be able to look at yourself with compassion. I mean, sometimes now I know that I get so frustrated because my schedule has been interrupted and I'm taking on new tasks, and I sometimes kind of get short within myself, and get angry with myself for not being able to cope all the time. But I have learned that if I am going to live this life of intentional living, I'm going to have to be more compassionate with myself. I'm going to have to forgive myself for not being a perfect person. None of us are perfect. And we have to forgive ourselves for that, because we are not perfect. And we have to get used to prioritizing what we really want to do with our lives. And do you know what I did recently? I just did it this morning. I went on Amazon and I ordered a 12 by 8 or something like that, magnetic whiteboard to put on my refrigerator. So I can write down every day what I want to do, and to remind myself to be more compassionate with myself and be more compassionate with others around me. I really don't want to let my frustration take away who I am and take away my core values. I'm also doing something else. I am decluttering even more. I am going through things in my drawers, extra t-shirts, extra things that I have that I know I'm not going to wear. I'm sitting down with Arthur and we're going through his things. He must have 500 t-shirts and tops. So we're going together and we are putting all of these things into charity for the Veterans Association so that somebody else will really be able to use them. So living an intentional life also means sort of clarifying not only who you are, but clarifying the space around you. When you do those things, it really will help you not only clarify your home and your intentions about what you want to do with your life, but it also will help you give more excitement for the future. It will give you the optimism that you need to go forward, because you know who you are and you know what your core values are. You know whether you want to spend a lot of time on your spiritual side. You know you want to spend more time on taking care of yourself, or perhaps starting a new career in your future year. Whatever it is, you will have clarified just exactly who you are, and it really will help you go forward in your life. I know that the situation that I'm in right now really has thrown me kind of for a loop, because I had such a schedule. I knew when I woke up in the morning what I was doing. I knew what I was doing in the afternoon. I knew, what plans I had to make. But now I have other people in my life that I have to consider. Intentional living in a way that is authentic to my own experiences, aspirations, and goals, rather than living up to others' expectations. It means living a life aligned with my own values, and that is true for you as well. It feels like a sense of peace and ease, making purposeful decisions and creating boundaries. It's not living for others, but for myself. Over the past couple of weeks, I'm starting to better understand myself, and what I really want out of life. I hope this conversation today will maybe allow you to sit down for a few minutes today and think about your core values and the strength to not let anyone take them away from you. You know who you are, and you know what you want in the future. Be kinder to yourself and have more compassion about who you are as a human being. We all need that. Please be kind again to yourself, to those whom cross your path, and of course, let's all share the love.